Over the course of my professional career, I took permanent jobs, medical mission trips, and enjoyed all of them. And I wanted to experience work as a travel nurse practitioner. And it's the very first time ever that I'm doing this. So the travel concept seemed very ideal right now since I travel a lot. My focus is to do some hikes all over the world, do medical missions, continue to do that. And I'm also able to control my work hours, and the flexibility is endless in between gigs. So when you travel, you learn a couple things, and I want to share them with you. May it be as a nurse or any other role in healthcare. So number one, don't lose your focus. If you went into healthcare to help people, focus on that. Always emphasize on providing quality care. Number two is that prior to signing that travel contract, know the basics of like labor compensation laws in the state where you're working at. For instance, in California, how much is income tax? For instance, are you getting paid per hour or salary? Is the company going to pay you overtime? Those are the basic questions. In New York, you must pay a salaried non-exempt employee overtime if she or he works more than 40 hours a week. So the salary is contingent upon working a certain number of hours for the week as dictated by you and also approved by your manager. Not a lot of salaried employees know this, and a lot of employees out there take advantage of this situation. So be wise and value your time. So going back in California, since I am in California, even if a worker meets the minimum salary requirement for exempt salary workers, this only does not classify the worker as exempt from overtime pay. It is just one of the three tests that are used to decide on the exempt status of an employee. So other tests includes like job duties and salary basis tests. If they if the employee receives like the minimum wage, which hopefully does not apply to the healthcare team, they would be regarded as a non-exempt worker and be paid overtime. Exempt workers may include like unionized workers in like in other industries, and the California Department of like the Industrial Commission classified these for some employees. These include the administrative, the professionals, and the executive. And the administrative or the executive employees may be exempted from overtime wages. So just know um, how are you going to get paid. And of course, the main thing is if you're getting paid overtime. If not all salaried employees are exempt from being paid overtime, so if you're not exempt, you may receive overtime wages for any extra hour you work other than what is in your employment contract. Number three, know who your boss is. Okay, so when you take a travel contract, make sure you know who you're reporting to. Some nurse practitioner roles, they don't have that specific person that is in charge of you. So just make sure you have one, and or a collaborating physician. If you need to, depending on the state. So in California, you need to have a collaborating physician uh, that I know of, and in other states, you don't need one. Make sure that your boss is actually an advanced practice, or someone who's on the higher management level, who can actually oversee you. Number four, know if you're going to be the first nurse practitioner in that position, or you're going to be working with other nurse practitioners. Based on experience, being the first nurse practitioner is always a tough one. It sounds exciting, but almost always, they don't turn out to be fulfilling in a way because there's a lot of expectations and stress that you need to show or prove and show people to gain respect. Number five is what to do with the late patients coming in. Since you're paid per hour, know how many minutes a patient would be late. Um, some institutions would cancel appointments if they arrive after 30 minutes. Number 6, expectations of your job in that particular work environment. So know about that. Number 7, what are the things I can order to prevent, um, to capture more patients, or fulfilling your job and responsibilities for that company. Number 8 is know your team and discuss expectations. Number 9 is, can you do what you want, or should you follow what they want you to do, like the team, or do they have like a structure that you need to follow? Again, the bottom line is to make sure that when you're carrying on a prescription or anything that you make a decision of, that is actually evidence-based. Number 10 is regarding patients panel. Make sure that the primary physician is okay with you seeing their patients. They don't, because a lot of the physicians or the people that you work with are not familiar with your role. So just make sure, again, being the first advanced practice in that particular place, a lot of your collaborating doctors or any advanced practice people around you will not know your role. So just make sure that that if you're following a particular patient as a chronic one, make sure that they approve of it, or kind of just collaborate with them. Is lastly, make sure that your patients are clear that you're only on there, that you are on an assignment for limited time or hours, and anything beyond that, they need to contact their primary care doctor. Don't forget, have a well-balanced life, work and family. You have to take care of yourself. Lastly, travel and be merry. So that's all, folks. That's all I could say about the travel assignments, and I hope this will help some people kind of get their perspective prior to signing that travel contract. So be merry. Thanks for watching.